Hello and welcome back to Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. In the last episode, we started with Eerie Silence. In this episode, we're also starting with Eerie Silence. But it makes sense for this one, because we've just entered Intermission. And we're going to hear what the Mono Cubs have to say about all this. As well as Monokuma. Does he appear in these? I forget. Yes, okay.
Well now.
Looks like we've reached Intermission segment, which means it's time for our... Guess the Victim Quiz! A victim? Wait, it's not funny. I was about to do Monokuma again.
A victim quiz? Not a culprit quiz?
And the only victims are the people who are still watching this drawn-out, boring crap.
I also just remembered, I mentioned it either last episode or 2 episodes ago about how people didn't like Mew. People didn't like the Mono Cubs? Is that an actual thing? People didn't like the Mono Cubs? I thought it was at least unique to have multiple antagonists. At least in the second game, it was an antagonist, Nagito, and then a possible antagonist with Monomi, which was actually supposed to be helpful in that regard. But I think it's unique to have this many antagonists all at the same time. Although they come in with useless shit all the time, so maybe that's what the gripe was about, but I still like it every now and again. It's comedic relief.
Why are you being such a downer all of a sudden?
I am sure everyone is happy.
How do you know? They could be skipping this entire conversation for all you know. I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. I'm the real victim here. Me!
Well, why are you getting upset?
If
anything, I'm the real victim. I gotta put up with all this nonsense all the time.
Yeah, those two are definitely going to die at the exact same time, and then Monodam's going to die in the next chapter because Monokuma's going to be fed up with Monodam.
Absolutely right.
that's the right answer, Monodam!
Why? He hasn't said anything. Hey,
Exactly, because there are no victims. Yep, even if you're killed in this killing game, you're a winner. Because then everyone mourns you, and you get tons of posthumous popularity.
Oh, Daddy, you don't need to reveal these kind of behind-the-scenes details.
All right.
Dying makes you more popular, and we gotta die soon too.
Okay. Foreshadowing a bit, but oh well. And we resume the class trial.
Hello.
This is my impression of a spooky, scary ghost.
I'm fine with real ghosts, but impressions of them are too scary.
Logic does not compute.
All that remains of a once
Did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Oh, they are so dead.
You're on the threshold of an amazing adventure.
You know what else is scary? Sweet buns. Yep, tasty, tasty sweet buns.
Why are they scary?
So round, so sweet, so delicious.
They're scary because they give me so many pounds at the waist.
That doesn't sound scary at all.
Oh, but it is.
I'm scared too. Scared of losing my friends.
Remains of a once powerful
Did you hear something?
Oh, yes.
No, I didn't hear anything.
They're so dead.
You're on the threshold of an amazing adventure.
Showtime. God, I love that last little bit.
Answer us, Himiko.
Kind of forgot that
You
Himiko was in the
chose
hot seat
middle
again.
room to lure us into your trap, did you not? Then you used that trap to kill Tenko, yes?
Well, Donkey Lips, did you kill that twat?
Wait, must be some mistake. No way Himiko is culprit.
Then she needs to defend herself. Otherwise, this debate is deadlocked.
I don't care if you gotta use magic to do it, but say something already.
Are you even listening?
No, I'm not listening.
What?
I don't care anymore. I'm too tired. Angie died. Tenko died. Why did I have to survive? And now, you're all all saying I killed them? I just don't care anymore.
Himiko.
Do whatever. If you want to vote for me, then just go ahead.
The game gets really blah if the suspect isn't into it.
That's not the problem.
Damn it. Don't tell me you've given up.
Himiko, don't give up.
Don't you understand? My life is riding on the outcome of this trial!
Just shut up. I told you, I'm too tired. It's all just big pain. I can't put up with it anymore.
What are you talking about? If you give up here...
You needn't worry. Himiko was the one who chose that room. Therefore, she is unmistakably the culprit.
I'm definitely gonna have to use Kokichi's account.
Impossible! Himiko would never kill Tenko! Himiko not that kind of person. Gonta can tell by Himiko's face.
Himiko's a little slow, so I don't think she's capable of handling a complicated crime.
I also think Himiko's not the culprit. Somehow.
It's gonna be a scrum.
Either way, we gotta look for more possibilities.
That does seem like rather a pointless quest.
No, it's not. We gotta be strong. Gotta keep thinking. Then we might find new truth. So no give up, Himiko!
Himiko, I know how you feel. I felt the same way after Kaede died. But we can't give up. We survived. We can't give up. For the sake of everyone who died. Okay, that was okay. Kokichi's account? Bloody Kokichi, yes.
Performing the seance in that room
Guaranteed.
was Himiko's decision, was it not?
Yeah, that's true.
Steered her into picking that room.
No.
Of the 3 empty rooms, why did you select the middle one? Because you laid your trap there.
Was trap only in that room? Other rooms may be trapped too.
There we are.
Yeah, even if Himiko picked the room, someone else could have set that trap.
Have I agreed with
Opinions are empty words.
Gonta a lot? If the culprit's plans were to make Himiko a suspect, they might have persuaded her to choose that room somehow. But how? And what would that tell us?
Performing the seance.
It's like the second or third from last. There we are. It turns. I agree.
I agree.
It's just like Gonta said. Each room was the same. They were all trapped.
What? Is that true?
Kokichi will tell you.
Yeah, look! Pulls back hairline. This giant fucking scar. Has like a Harry Potter scar on it. On him.
I was way too careless. Wait, what are you talking about?
I guess there was no crosspiece supporting this floorboard. So I kinda stepped through.
Eyes shaking rapidly.
Bad luck.
Teetering in place.
While
Can't
you were in
find
your
his
rooms
balance.
to the crime scene, you found a loose floorboard, right?
Well, I didn't find it so much as I stepped through it and tripped.
Smacking his head that hard. Oh, I can imagine like if his leg got hurt, but his head. Oh my god.
What? Hold on. There was also a loose floorboard in the next room?
So the culprit prepared a trap in all 3 empty rooms, not just the middle one.
I just want to comment. I feel as if like I just saw Monodam in the back, like change position or something, behind Tsumugi.
If the culprits had traps in all the rooms, then they wouldn't need to select a room themselves.
So the real trap was for someone else to pick a room and take the blame.
I see. We were caught in the culprit's trap all along.
Especially you!
But now there's no reason to suspect Himiko, right?
Himiko, do you remember what Tenko told you?
Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else. Please.
Live life facing forward. She said that to you, right? If you give up on living, you'd be betraying her memory. We're all trying to keep our promises to the dead.
Oh, I can't click through this. It does it by itself.
This trial, it's not just for our lives. It's for everyone who's died as well. That's why we can't give up. This is our responsibility. We live on.
You're right. Yeah, that's right. If I gave up here, I wouldn't be able to face Angie or Tenko.
That's right. So let's do our best.
Alright, I'm not gonna say it's a pain anymore.
I like that there's like a slight animation with the hat coming up and back down.
I won't give up. I'll fight alongside everyone and survive.
Do not say everyone. After all, the Blackened is still among us.
Hey, there you go. Killing the mood like usual. But damn, well said, Shuichi. That's what I'd expect from my soul, bro.
Your soul, bro?
Well, anyway, do you think the Blackened this time has some sort of superpower?
Where does this thought come from?
What are you talking about?
Well, as a self-proclaimed expert of stepping through floorboards, isn't it weird that no one stepped through that floorboard before the culprit used it?
The salt.
Ah, that is a good point.
It must have been barrier magic.
Not exactly wrong. Like, although like her magic shit gets in the way of her proper thoughts, that's actually not wrong, because the barrier of salt has to be there for the magic occult spell to work.
Well, that's one possibility, but I think it might have been something else.
Which bullet exactly? Is it gonna be like before? Because the salt was trodden afterwards, so I don't think that's right. Why did no one step on the floorboard until it was used for the murder? That's it! That must be the reason. It's gonna be a quick thing that I have to... Yeah, okay. Oh, shit. Not one of these. It's in the last few. Caged child. Sound... Stog statue. White sheet. Magic... Okay, Is this technically right? Because this looks like it...
This is it!
Okay. I thought that clue was that it was trodden
Because
on.
of the magic circle at the scene of the crime.
That is a word, right? Trodden? Am I an idiot? Oh, well. Oh, come on, click. Also, it's dark in here, so be sure to watch your step. If the magic circle is broken, not only will the seance fail, but it may also unleash a curse.
Before we began the seance, we were warned not to step on the circle. The floorboard in question was within the circle. That's why no one stepped on it.
So the magic circle's purpose was to keep us away from the whole trip.
Mm-hmm.
That was part of the culprit's plans too?
Yep. That's right. If that's the case, then the culprit... There's no doubt in my mind. They're the one who killed Tenko. Only one person had the opportunity and the motive. Alright, here we go. Kyo! Woo! Where are you? You were the other direction. There we are. Confirm is right click.
It has to be you! Kyo. Was it you?
Whatever are you talking about?
I mean, it was you for this murder, but there's only one Blackened that can be punished for... Well, I was about to say for both murders, but that's not technically true. There's only going to be one murderer held accountable for one murder.
I'm talking about Tenko's murder.
Kyo? Why do you suspect me?
Because you were the one who drew the magic circle. The circle kept us from discovering the seesaw trick.
He's not only the one who just drew the circle, but he's also the one that had the opportunity to place down the sickle at the timing. There's also the person that held the seance. There's also the person that told Tenko never to move.
But that's not all it was for. In order to make the murder succeed, variables like Tenko's position and the placement of the cage needed to be defined.
I never even checked to see if the salt had been moved in any of those photos with Kokichi. I'll have to go back through and look at some of the stuff when in editing to see if that's a thing.
And those variables were defined by using the magic circle. In short, the circle itself was the most important tool in this murder.
Because that act.
The person who drew the magic circle has to be the culprit.
Because the act of causing that much sound and like movement would disturb the salt. So I gotta go back and check that at some point.
Answer already! Did you do
Ugh.
What is so funny?
I was just thinking. So this is how each blackened must have felt. What an intriguing experience this is.
What?
Oh
An
god.
intriguing experience?
Creepazoid.
But if I am the culprit as you claim, then I stomped on the floorboard, yes?
Yes.
So, do tell.
Tell what? What am I disputing from you?
How could I have stomped on the floorboard during that darkened seance?
You yourself said it should be easy to navigate in the dark along the walls.
I see. That is problem.
Unless that is made clear, you cannot be certain I am the culprit.
How can you be so calm when you're backed into a corner like this?
I will explain that in due time. Please answer my question first.
Okay. The culprit stepped on the exact floorboard, even in the darkness. But how? How did they move around in total darkness? In a room that dark, it's hard to imagine the culprit found the right board. Although, even after I put out the candle, I could move along the wall with my hand.
Wait a minute. Maybe...
Did you figure it out?
Mm-hmm. That's it. The culprit didn't even have to see it all. They used echolocation. Touch. Sixth sense. Echolocation. I mean, hearing was also available there, but...
The culprit used touch. They didn't see, they felt.
That way they could get around in the dark, like how I got to the candle.
Wasn't Seesaw in middle of room? Gonta doesn't think it was near wall.
You're right.
So they probably used something besides the wall to move them, right?
No, the sickle was underneath. What would they have used? What could you have used? Sound to know where everybody was.
Were there any other markers within reach?
Of course, the answer to that is there was nothing of the sort.
No, I'm sure there was something. A landmark that they could have used to determine where the floorboard was. It must have been at the scene. I know it. Hangman's Gambit, what? The culprit used what as a marker to position themselves in the dark? Chant? Nope. What am I spelling? This is the problem with this. I just don't know what the fuck I'm spelling. A? Music. Magic circle? Is that it? The salt? Just all the salt? Yeah, magic circle. Yeah, I can see it forming now. R. Where's R? I mean, he just has to touch the salt and he knows it like the back of his hand. I need an R. There's nothing here. There's an R. I need a C. L. E. There we are. Okay.
That's it. The magic circle. They used the magic circle. Remember? The magic circle was drawn with salt. The culprit used the salt's texture to feel their way through the dark.
I see. So Kyo traced the magic circle with his hands to get to the loose floorboard.
And he'd also needed to find the exact, like, letter, marker, something, to find the one behind Tenko.
Oh, I see. You drew the magic circle with salt to use it as a guide.
An interesting thought. It is unfortunate that it is so wrong.
Okay, can you shed some light on as to why I'm wrong? What?
Recall the document. What did the magic circle look like?
Based on the document, the magic circle wouldn't reach the corners of the room.
Mm-hmm.
So what?
When the room was darkened, each of us was in a corner of the room, yes?
Yeah.
The magic circle didn't reach us, so I could not have followed it, yes?
Yeah, you got to a certain point, bent down, scoured for salt, found the position that you needed to be at because you have it memorized in your head, and did it after that, right? What am I not following?
Talking about the magic circle in the document. That doesn't mean the circle you drew was the same.
No, they were the same.
No, I most definitely drew it exactly the same. I have it perfectly memorized.
Yes, exactly. That is why we can... Oh, boy.
So which is it? Is there any way to check?
No, it's too gone. Too far
Not
gone.
anymore. The magic circle is a complete mess from being trampled on.
I see. Another piece of the puzzle. Drawing the circle with salt all but guaranteed it would be temporary. Investigation itself would have gotten rid of the evidence. Clever.
Everyone, may I have your attention, please?
Oh, do you not only have a recording function of audio, but do you have a recording function... Oh...
What a pain. We don't have any way to check it now.
Excuse me, everyone. May I have your attention, please?
Well, I guess there's no point in discussing the magic circle anymore.
God.
Hey, may I have your attention?
God damn it, not the flash.
I said cut that out! It's too bright!
You know what would be funny is if these, Kaito and, Kiba were exactly 180 degrees away from one another, and that's the only reason why he's shutting out. Like, God damn it, man, you're flashbanging me!
I apologize. I just wanted everyone to listen to me.
About what?
I had Miu add another function to my body, in addition to the flashlight.
What the? No way! Did you really? Stop! You can't! I didn't install it for that purpose!
Please, let me use it. With it, I might be able to save everyone.
What was the real purpose, then?
Alright, so... what is this function?
It's an image recording function.
Uh-huh. Mew.
Image recording?
Picture.
Specifically, this function allows me to dispense a printout of my own memory.
Were you thinking of making an OnlyFans, Mew?
I'll give it a try.
It comes out his mouth, I guarantee. Oh, that's not exactly how I thought it was gonna... His mouth was gonna be shaped. I thought it was just gonna be like... bleh.
From your mouth?
I also used magic like that before.
This printout is my memory of being kicked out of the seance. Please confirm that the floor of the empty room is clearly visible. Go on, take the picture and see for yourself.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm. I reluctantly took the paper from Kibo's mouth. Somehow not damp, but also disturbing. So, this is the magic circle used for the seance. Yeah, all these different markers. Are they all Japanese characters? I would assume so. Or, kanji. I can't read kanji. I can only read, katakana and what's the other form? Yeah, hiragana. I was about to say higurashi, but that's not... No.
Well, Shuichi, do you notice anything?
Notice anything? Do I just... Is it the channel that I'm supposed to click on, or is it the characters? I think something is off about this area here. As far as I can tell, it looks like the same as the drawing in the document. Since we're trying to find out who the culprit, how the culprit moved from corner, maybe check there. The lines from the side? Is that what I'm supposed to click on? This? Okay. Okay.
This helped a lot, Kibo. Without you, I never would have seen through Kyo's lie.
I mean, I thought that was just... Was that not in the document? It wasn't. It was just a raw circle. That's right. It wasn't in the document. Those lines weren't there. That went over my head. Yeah. Okay. So I knew about the lines of salt connecting from the corners to the circle. That went over my head that there weren't any circles in the or there weren't any lines connecting to the corners in the document. Wow.
You just said that you drew the magic circle exactly as it appears in the document. But that's a lie, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The magic circle at the scene had lines that stretched to the room's corners.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out something entirely different. I was trying to figure out how they went from a corner to the side, the middle of the wall, into the exact position. I was solving something else.
Which means that you would be able to find the floorboard from anywhere in the room.
Mm-hmm.
So it was different from the document after all.
All because Himiko noticed. And because of Kibo, too.
Hey, where's my things? I'm the one who installed that function into Kibo.
Thank you, Mew.
Hey, yeah, what was it you were saying about its purpose?
Oh, to be honest, the purpose of that image recording function is to monitor my health.
Your health? In what regard?
Specifically, I make Kibo use that function every day to analyze my turds.
I'm having so many fucking second doubts. The nymphomaniac I was fine with, but this shit, quite literally, is fucking... Ugh.
You're what? Why? Shit is a great indicator of intestinal health and gut bacteria quality.
Can't you just look at it yourself?
Plus, taking a satisfying shit does wonders for a woman's natural beauty, so... See? You're all grossed out. This is why I didn't want to tell you about my plan.
Quit talking about your poop. No one cares.
Thank you, Himiko. God damn it, why did...
Kyo, you killed Tenko, didn't you? Just give up and admit it already.
So, Kyo, if you have any objections, you can...
Your deductions are fiction.
I had a feeling something was gonna come at least at some point with Kyo, but I didn't know what.
Well, since you've given me the option, I will most certainly object.
Okay, that's fine. You're allowed to object, but it won't really help you in any case.
To be honest, it's unimportant, but it may be an amusing diversion.
Uh-huh. Unimportant?
Now I shall bear witness to your abilities, Shuichi. Do entertain me.
Yes. Truth Blade. What exactly am I trying to fight against with you? Dog statue, white sheet.
If you are going to claim I am the culprit, then what of the murder weapon? It was set up in the cage. The only people capable of that are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage.
No, you prepared the
So suspicion
tarp.
should fall on them.
True, we could have placed the sickle there, but we could not have removed it later.
Mm-hmm.
Because we weren't the ones who lifted the cage. That was Himiko.
The only person who could have collected the sickle was Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch the sickle.
I'm gonna wait.
So simply put, I am not the killer.
Oh, okay. I'm sure that Kyo is the culprit. He had a way to get to that. He had a way of getting that murder weapon. I can prove it. Yeah, okay, now I can just cut through shit.
But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no
There we are. There we are. I was like, how am I gonna cut this V point? I could have gone all the way at the other end, but I think you have to cut it first. I don't think anything can be in the way.
The person who could have set up the sickle and retrieved it afterward is Kyo. That was done by covering the cage with a white cloth. You could have secretly placed the sickle when you draped the cloth. And retrieved it afterward when you removed the cloth.
Mm-hmm. The only issue that I now have in this regard is how the fuck did the blade that I would assume is like this thick in width? Length is different, but is that really width? I don't know what dimension that would technically be. From the part where you hold it to where the actual blade forms. Like it's, well, I guess it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to go all the way down. It just has to go to a certain point. So you just feed it through and then it like stops. Yeah, okay, never mind. Never mind my thoughts.
While everyone was distracted, you discreetly dropped the sickle under the floor.
Wonderful! That's exactly correct.
Okay, then why are you so happy about us fighting about that? Well, I guess you it's the fact that you won't be found out for the second murder if we're just finding out the first murder if we're finding out about the second murder that will not be punished for.
It's correct. Then why don't you give up already?
The trick I put so much work into is just wasted effort now. Alas.
So, it was you? You killed Tenko?
Mm-hmm.
Let me guess. You'll never forgive me. Himiko, you must hate me so very much.
Yep.
Maybe you'd feel better if I was executed by Monokuma.
Oh, you're teasing us so fucking hard, you son of a bitch.
But unfortunately for you, that won't happen. Because if you vote for me, every spotless, including myself, will die.
What you talking about, Kyo?
Why?
You still don't understand? I killed Tenko, that is the truth. But it is meaningless in this class trial.
Meaningless?
You mean Monokuma's extra rule, right?
Ah, that's right. What happens to your votes if there are two blackened candidates? Well, I have an answer for that. It's first come, first served.
You see, I killed Tenko, but not Angie. For us, Tenko's death is nothing but a trivial issue.
Mm-hmm. But I need to ask you, if you didn't kill Angie and then did indeed kill Tenko to not cover up your original murder, what was the point in killing Tenko in the first place then? Or anyone who would have been in that position in actuality? Why? For what reason did you would you need to not cover up the first trial? And why would you just want to kill whoever?
Because the blackened in this trial is the culprit who killed Angie.
Trivial issue? No, that's gotta be a lie. You probably killed Angie too.
That is simply not possible. Recall that I was unable to enter Angie's lab.
Oh, only student council members and Kokichi could enter research lab.
How could I have possibly killed Angie when I couldn't even enter her lab?
It was unlocked from the very beginning.
We can figure that out. No one else could have done it besides you. If you're the one who killed Tenko, you gotta be the one who killed Angie.
I understand how you feel, Himiko, but maybe we can discuss this rationally and calmly. There is a non-zero possibility that Kyo is telling the truth.
So you understand how she feels. I see. Wait, robots can understand human feelings?
Didn't he say that at the very beginning?
Of course I understand. I work really hard to understand.
Hey, why are you getting all worked up, Kibo? Chill, dude.
That's enough! It's voting time! I'm gonna vote for him!
Now hold on. We're not quite done.
Voting for me will only help the one who murdered Angie.
Isn't Kyo culprit?
Of course I'm not. This case was an error on my part.
Now that line right there, isn't Kyo culprit? I completely understand why Gonta's feeling like that. Himiko should understand what's going on, but Gonta, like, there's way too much shit going on all at the same time for Gonta to have like fully been able to like follow that we're still not even talking about the same murder anymore. So that line is understandable.
Monokuma added that rule after both bodies were found, yes? How was I to know that the trial would only be for Angie's killer?
You attempted this and asked before?
Had I known, I certainly wouldn't have killed Tenko.
You're lying! You killed Tenko and Angie!
One thing that I am not 100% on, were you the one who asked about it? Because if so, that might have been red herring or scapegoat, whichever term I'm supposed to use there, as for us to have a thought that it couldn't have been you.
Now hold on. Jumping to conclusions here is dangerous.
We should talk it out more. This case might have juicy plot twists waiting to happen.
Nuts to that. Any way you look at this case, Kyo is obviously the culprit.
Yeah, there's sort of no other way to look at it.
No, it's too dangerous to vote before we arrive at a logical decision.
The culprit's one of you. Wowee! This argument is getting intense. At times like this.
Who all is going to be on the same side in this scrum?
The Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial grounds.
Is it going to be everyone against Kyo, or what? I don't know.
Yippee! I've been waiting for this!
Why were you waiting for it?
Kyo confessed to killing Tenko, but insists he didn't kill Angie. We won't forgive Kyo for what he did, but we can't vote until we know the facts. I have to pin down the evidence and convince everyone. Who all is going to be on what side? Also, I guess even like that turning of the key is a reference to Gurren Lagann. I've never actually watched it, so that reference went over my head until I watched Jay and Sungwon play this really and mention it. Vote for Kyo? I don't actually remember how I present shit. Don't vote yet. Oh, that's okay. I get how it's working.
Kibo, we don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed her.
I got this, but he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
The katana was found in Kyo's lab.
Kyo!
I think you could have used either one for both of those.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he not blackened?
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
He was planning to use the new rule to protect himself all along.
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
We solved the mystery of Tenko's death. Can't we just vote now?
I got this! Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
Oh god, I forgot about this part. I'm waiting for it to switch. I think that's the most limited that one side has been. There's 4 people.
It would be a mistake to vote before we've completely solved Angie's murder. And there's still the mystery of Tenko's murder.
Mystery? What kind of mystery?
Well, Kyo's confession derailed our conversation a bit.
A bit.
But we still have to go over one of the clues found at Tenko's crime scene.
Yeah, which
It might
is...
even have something to do with Angie's murder.
The killing blow? The incision? Everything? Yes, the outlying piece of evidence at Tenko's murder scene. Bloody Kokichi, sickle under the floor. Oh, yeah, this one. Dried blood under the floor. Yeah. I kind of forgot that was a piece of evidence.
Found under the floor. Maki and I found it during the investigation. It was beneath the floorboard that the culprit stomped on.
Is that Tenko's plot?
That bloodstain is too far from Tenko's corpse to have been hers.
Also, the bloodstain was already dry when we found it.
Now, is there blood on the ground? And is that what that dark patch is that we're looking at right there? Is that what I'm supposed to gather from this?
But the blood from Tenko's body hadn't even begun to dry yet.
Or is it the floorboard above?
Well, that's weird. Why was that bloodstain the only dry one?
And why was it so little? I honestly thought it was from a different room, like the floorboard was moved. The bloodstain under the floorboard was dry because it happened before the seance. It was before when Tenko was killed. It was from the investigation. Ding, ding, ding.
That's it! The bloodstain wasn't from Tenko's murder. It was there before we started the seance.
Before the seance?
That should make it clear whose blood it was. The blood stain from before the seance, it has to have been them. Angie. Yeah, everyone, it's just random names for everyone. I like reading out the random responses, but...
That bloodstain wasn't Tenko's.
Names.
It was Angie's.
Why was blood from Angie at the scene of Tenko's murder?
Yeah, wasn't Angie killed in her research lab?
Not exactly.
Just because we found her body there doesn't mean she was killed there.
Ah, I guess that's possible.
And the tape was used to stop the bleeding until it was ripped off, and then, like, she just bled out on the floor. Still worried about this injury. Still worried about how long... Did Angie bleed out to death, or was it the killing blow? The reason she died was because she was... The fatal wound was a stab to the neck, or something like that was the description, right?
If Angie wasn't killed in her lab, then that opens up a lot more possibilities. We assumed that only council members could have killed Angie since her body was in her lab. But if she died somewhere else, then we can't suspect just the council members anymore.
So the culprit didn't enter her lab, but waited for her to come out of it?
I'm not sure if the culprit waited for her, but they probably killed her when she came out. Well, I thought that was more likely from the start. So I went to places Angie might have gone and checked all 3 empty rooms.
Here we go, Kokichi.
Places she might have gone? Why did you check the empty rooms then?
The empty rooms were the only places I could think of that Angie would go.
Did Angie have business in rooms?
Yeah, she was gonna perform a seance. Or, not a seance, a ritual.
It seems Kokichi's up to his usual misleading nonsense again.
I do lie a lot, and I could be lying right now too. But I'm pretty sure someone's panicking right now because of my lie.
Angie left her lab on her own and headed to the room where she was killed. Is Kokichi's statement true? Or... Kokichi says it was a lie, but I feel like it was truth. Effigies hung upside down, gold leaf katana, Necronomicon.
Research lab is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in the empty room instead.
She left left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there.
Except for candles.
That's it! She wanted a candle!
To
Keep herself
burn.
awake at night. She would drip hot wax on her body.
Oh.
That sounds like something only you would do, Mia.
Okay. What did Kokichi see? Something Angie did. There has to be a clue there.
The art
Okay, effigies hung upside down. The 4 wax effigies were created for the resurrection ritual. They are exact replicas of the late Rentaro, Kaede, Ryoma, and Kirumi. They were hung upside down from the ceiling beams of the Ultimate Artist's Lab. I feel as if, like, I am right with, where's the Necronomicon? Did I, Oh, they were all really close together. Effigies hung upside down, Gold Leaf Katana, Necronomicon, and what was the other one? The Caged Child? But Necronomicon. The Necronomicon Resurrection Ritual. Prepare an effigy of the dead soul you wish to contact. Everyone may participate. The size and shape of the effigy is irrelevant. Make it out to whatever materials you wish. If it is not obvious the effigy is supposed to be, label it with the name of someone who is deceased. After preparing the effigy, burn the Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution. Sprinkle the ashes in the effigy and close your eyes and wait. Yeah, it's just... She was looking up for a way to burn the Necronomicon.
research lab
Mm-hmm.
is not where Angie was killed.
And I just...
There shouldn't have been anything in there.
Where is it?
Except for candles.
That's it!
I missed. Yep, I only got an agree. I completely missed that V point because I just went for it immediately.
That's it. Angie went to that room to get a candle.
Yeah, her kinky wax play.
No, stop talking. We can do that later, but not now.
No. Angie was going to use it for the ritual.
Bad bitch. Get out some water in a spray bottle.
Resurrect the dead.
After preparing the effigy, burn the Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution. Be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Then, did she seek out a candle so she could burn the book?
That's right. There's nothing to start a fire with in Angie's lab. So she went to go get a candle from one of the empty rooms.
And that's when the culprit attacked her.
That's why there was dried blood under floor.
Which means Angie was attacked in the same room the seance was held.
Was it though?
Bravo, Himiko. Well done for choosing that room for the seance.
Yeah, was it really just that lucky?
If we hadn't done the seance in that room, then Tenko's murder would have been in another room. If that happened, no one would have discovered Angie's bloodstain under the floorboards.
That's right. Shuichi and I only checked under the floorboards where Tenko died.
Yep, it's all thanks to Himiko for choosing the same room as Angie. This must be a Tua's will. Or maybe the power of magic.
I still think the floorboards were switched.
It's neither. I just picked one.
Hold on. You're all acting as though you've proven that as fact already. You claim Angie was murdered in the empty room, and then moved to the lab?
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna ask about how there's no blood on the floor anywhere?
Explain the large amount of blood in the lab.
The tape.
It may be possible to carry a body, but blood cannot be moved.
I think she was still alive after the attack in the empty room.
Still trying to figure out which order of the 2 injuries, but oh well.
She was killed after she was carried to her lab.
Okay. Okay. That's where we're going. That means the culprit attacked her twice. I have evidence of that. The tape, right? Forehead injury, or is that what I'm supposed to use? Considering the last not bleeding as much as it should.
This is it.
Okay. I wasn't sure if I was supposed
The
to.
wound was a cut to the back of her neck from the katana.
Mm-hmm. So If you're saying she didn't die... Okay. So she was definitely stabbed. Okay, so what caused the laceration at the front of the head? Was her head pounded against the wall until she passed out, then carried over? Then what's the thing with the tape then about? I can imagine she had her head crushed into the wall, she's passed out, she didn't die from that, she's carried to her room, she's stabbed in the back of the neck, that's what kills her, she bleeds out. Hold on, let me read something again. Like, I think I might be misreading something. Forehead injury. Considering the laceration, the injury on the victim's forehead was not bleeding as much as it should. Is that in relativity to the puddle of blood in front of her? Or is that because of the... But the tape was behind her or underneath her? Wait. I'm assuming that the tape was put on the cut on her forehead to stop the bleeding as they were moving the body. Is that... maybe. I'm kind of like saying the same stuff in like over and over again, but it just is different each time. The fatal wound was a cut to the back of her neck from a katana.
She also showed signs of blunt force trauma, and I think I know why. After Angie was knocked unconscious in the empty room, she was killed in her lab.
I see. So that puddle of blood is from the killing blow. Ha! It's all clear now. Angie was attacked in the empty room, carried to her lab, and it was there that the culprit finished her off.
All clear. This is all clear.
Yeah?
What are you all talking about? All clear? What is all clear?
I have no idea.
What are you? All clear? What are you all... You what? What are... I will not fear. I will not back down.
Cool reveal, huh?
Sweet Correcchio, calm yourself.
Sweet Correcchio, calm yourself.
Their words are all hollow. There is no meaning to any of them.
Huh? What?
You must teach these ignorant children a lesson.
Yes, you're right. Okay, I'll teach them.
I like to think that every time that Kyo lets go of the mask, it snaps back into place and it like whips him back a bit.
What the hell are you mumbling about? You're giving me the goddamn willies!
Not yet. Nothing is clear at all. It's full of doubts, of mysteries, of a dense, impenetrable fog! Nothing is clear at all!
Good screams. God damn. Rebuttal Showdown, Truth Blade. Okay. Bloody duct tape is the only thing that I have yet to use.
Empty room first, and then carried into the research lab? Impossible! Impossible! That's nothing but a delusion! You intend to poison our minds with your delusions?
Oh my god, there are a lot of cuts.
It's no delusion. Angie's 2 external wounds tell the story. After she was struck in the empty room, she was carried to the art research lab and then killed.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body?
Mm-hmm.
And not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no blood stains. Even if you wipe them down later, there'd still be traces of evidence left behind. But there was no evidence anywhere, was there, Shuichi?
Oh, okay. I'm glad that I didn't immediately go for the cut, because can I... I can't exactly refute the first thing, but I can refute the second thing, because there was indeed blood. The culprit carried Angie in such a way that wouldn't leave any blood behind. I'm sure there's a clue at the scene that proves it. In need to confront Kyo with that evidence. I think that's supposed to be I can't be thrown off by his pleas.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no blood stains.
Is this Terra's voice actor?
Down later, there'd still be traces of evidence left behind, but there was no evidence.
I missed the V point because I was too busy trying to find the exact point to cut. God damn it.
There was evidence left at the scene. The bloody tape under Angie's body.
That is Terra's voice, right? Voice actor? The only way that I'm finding out about this now is literally in this last little stretch.
What? It was wrapped around her head to stop the bleeding while she was being carried.
Bloody tape? Gonta didn't notice at all.
It was under the body. It's most likely evidence the culprit should have gotten rid of. But since it was hidden, the culprit didn't notice and failed to dispose of it.
It must have fallen as the fatal blow was dealt, and ended up under her body.
It must have been Atua who did that for us.
What? Atua? How long are you going to keep that up?
Now we know most of the mystery behind Angie's murder.
I'm convinced there's only one person who could have killed Angie.
Oh, I get to do this again. Oh, other way. You again, Kyo.
It has to be you. It's you, Kyo. You killed Angie.
Yeah. Okay. Both Angie and Tenko were killed, and I kind of did spoil that, but I mean, you kind of solve it along the way. There were things that I completely just ignored on how stuff was done, like the lock with the sword and everything. But there's more to this murder than meets the eye. And there's more to Kyo than meets the lips. You're gonna find out a lot more about Kyo and what they're all about. Leaving as is. Thank you for coming out. And have a nice day.